What will come of this situation? Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Miya, here on Mostly in the Moment for another pick a card reading. We're looking at what will come of a situation that is either romantic, platonic, between you and another person, or between you and another group. It's a timeless reading, so it should resonate no matter when you come across this reading. We're going to be looking at the situation so you can tell if the pile is for you, what are their thoughts and actions, how it's affecting you, the outcome for the both of you in the situation, and if they're going to get any karma, is any good karma coming back for you. And yeah, I'm kind of surprised at the messages that came through. I'm not someone who goes into that frequency. I don't usually tap into it, but I think it's necessary once in a while, and especially right now, even though this is a timeless reading, there's a lot of karmic energies being flushed out. So if you're a high vibe, you're on your spiritual journey, you're doing you, you're being authentic, you have nothing to worry about. In fact, you might be getting good karma back. But the planet is being hit by a lot of high frequencies. So if you are high vibe, you'll be able to flow and good things will come to you. It's a magical time for you. You might even get more clarity on your next life purpose, mission, goal, project, step in your career. But if you're unawakened or you haven't been working on your healing, not on that journey, then you have a huge wake-up call. And I think a lot of folks, 5D folks and 3D folks, are confronting each other very strongly at this time, and which is really reflected in these piles and probably in multiple areas in your life right now, unfortunately, beautiful soul. But it's a beautiful reading and I loved it, and I can't wait to hear back from you. I hope you enjoy it. Much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile one. We have the Take a Breath card and the red calcite. We're looking at what will come of the situation. It could be any type of situation, but I'm going to pull cards on the situation to see if it's the right pile for you. All right, so let's start with the situation. Okay, it kind of feels like something is being stuck, something's being prevented. Like I feel like there's like an out here. I feel like this is you, like you have some sort of out, but you're being prevented from taking that out or taking that path, moving forward in some way. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I feel like you're like kind of, I'm getting like daydreaming, looking out the window, wanting to kind of take that leap, take that next step in your life, and you feel like it's like always like just out of reach. And I feel like this situation with this person or people is preventing you from stepping out the door, or preventing you from taking that leap somehow. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like you would take the chance today, tomorrow, yesterday, if you had the chance. Something is preventing you from walking out the door. I'm hearing wedding rings, soul connection, eternal love. Yeah, I feel like this is blocking a love connection for you too, whether you know this or not, whether it's related to that or not, or you think it's not related. So for some of you, it's going to be very obvious, like, yeah, like this is obviously preventing my love life to flourish or my love connection to move forward. But for others of you, you might not be aware that this situation is also blocking a love from coming in, or for a love from taking the next step. So that's the situation I'm getting. Let's see from their end what's going on. Yeah, I feel like they just kind of want to continue to fight. They're just bringing this continuous like chaos, and like they're ready to just kind of go like mano y mano like every second. Like I feel like they're just kind of putting up fighting words and like a fighting stance every opportunity they get towards you. This person is very combative, and because it's the swords and not the wands, I feel like it's actually very serious, verbally, mentally, or even physically attacking you. Interesting. Okay, sorry about that, pile one. That's not ideal. Okay. Yeah, Valor in reverse. Yeah, the Seven of Wands in reverse. Like they're not doing this with integrity. They're not doing this with dignity. They're not doing this with any sort of high degree of valor. Yeah. They're being very cowardly. They're being very aggressive, obviously, with this like amount of fight energy. And yeah, they're being sneaky, shady. I think I'm getting this kind of energy of like purposely being like not a good person. I got lack of morals here. I don't know if it's just like in this temporary situation or if they are generally like that and they've kind of kept it down low as a disguise. Like they show for folks that they're actually very honorable, but in the truth of things, they're actually very dishonorable. Okay, what else is going on with this person? Self-confidence and came out in hand. I feel like they think they're doing the right thing, that they're handling the situation the right way, that they're right. Like people will see that, you know, I'm right and people will feel bad for me. People will hear my side of the story, you know, and I will come up on top. I don't know if this person is trying to exert power or control over you, but this person is over inflating their ego. They think they think they're doing something that they're not. I feel like this person is someone who actually believes their bullshit or something like that. Okay. Depression. This too shall pass. Every storm brings a rainbow. Okay, so this person is dealing with a lot of like sadness. Like I feel like they're, because Valor came out it's so strongly, I feel like it's something in you that triggered this in them. It's your high morals. It's the way you're highly respected, or the way that you handle their combativeness. Like you keep coming out on top, you keep looking good, and I feel like this person can't take it, and they're having to confront their own truths and their own behaviors and what they're actually doing, who they actually are. And I feel like this is someone who hasn't healed a lot of their traumas and their depression, and they get like little bouts of energy where they come off looking like they're doing well and everything's fine and they're this good person, and then all of a sudden like their true colors show, you know, like the mask comes off. Interesting. Okay, what else is going on with this person? Yeah, keys on a ring, many options, unconventional, string along, and then seduction in reverse. I feel like this person does this a lot, where they kind of use people. They try to like show like their good side, or the side that they know that would appeal to people. Or I feel like they kind of put on a show to kind of get people to help them, or to get people to be their friends, or to get people to go out with them. And then they kind of just like use them. And if they can't no longer use them, they kind of discard the person, or, you know, in this case, try to put the blame on you, or still try to like, you know, this kind of person, like, I feel like they're very like, stingy isn't the right word, but it's like once they have their claws in someone, they try to bleed them dry. So even in their exit, they're trying to take as much as they can, if that makes sense. Okay, so that should pretty accurately describe what's going on with their side. And what about your side? How is this affecting you? What Spirit want you to know about what's going on with you? Yeah, and the Eight of Wands came out in hand. So I feel like you know what's going on. Like every time they open their mouth, I'm hearing, and they speak, like you can see through to what they're really trying to say, what they're really trying to do. I feel like because you're very much out the door, like you're very much already leaving the situation. I feel like you already left, or you are trying to leave, or like you're trying to leave more fully the situation. You're kind of already like done with this, I'm hearing. And so like every time they kind of say something or do something, even if it's something small, like you understand their intentions behind it, you understand what they're thinking, or the experience behind the behavior, you know, what might have led to them behaving or acting in that way. And I feel like there's like so much you want to say, but I'm getting that like you just say it to their higher self, or you say it to your higher self or spirit guides. Something like that. Like you have this like higher communication going on with their higher self, with the backup of your spirit team and your higher self. And boy, do you have backup. Because I'm getting like, it's like too much to not say something, but you don't want to say it to this person because they're not in a place to talk. They're in a place to fight. You know, I'm hearing fight or flight, but I feel like this person is choosing fight. Interesting. Okay, a lot of cards came up. I take them. Six of Wands, which is victory, belong. Okay, so you don't belong in this situation. I think you know that. I feel like you're too high vibe to deal with this. And I think you're even surprised, like, why is this even the situation even in my life right now? Like, I haven't had to deal with anything like this for like a very long time. Like, what a throwback to my unhealed self, or part of me that, like, you know, because everyone's like a mirror, right? Like maybe we dealt with this kind of situation in the past with another person, but not for a very long time. So this is kind of like a good sign that, like, you know, you're above this, and like this is something that you've already like healed, worked through, or dealt with in the past, like way, way, way in the past. And there's this sort of private victory here. Like, I feel like you're kind of looking at this and you're just kind of like watching it like a movie, kind of like things unfold. And it's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like you're like, this isn't my life. Like, what is this? All right. The Lovers, enduring union. Okay, so we got wedding rings here. And I feel like you're on to that, like you have more important things. And Ace of Snow, crystallizing moment. Yeah, I feel like this love situation, if this is like an ex-partner, like you're already moving into a very harmonious, awesome, like awesomely resonating relationship. If this person was preventing you from this type of energy, these people, this company, this entity, this workplace, this group of people, or this person, like, they can't. You're very well protected. I feel like you have so much self-awareness here, because even you are taking yourself out of the situation and looking at it from the outside. and you're like, what is going on in this chaos? You're like outside the matrix, and you're like, this is so 3D, and you're up here in 5D. You're like, yeah, I got my own things going on here right now. Nothing can stop this like kind of love coming into your life. I feel like this was like the last maybe test or block that you needed to release before this came into your life, or came into your life stronger. This very like intense, very divine, high frequency love. Interesting. Okay, so what are they gonna try to do? Where is this going? The star rejuvenation. Okay, so I feel like they're kind of watching this kind of start to unfold for you, even if they can't see it fully. Like everyone can kind of read energies somewhat. Like even when you're talking to like a complete stranger, or even like a family member, like you can see what someone's saying, and you can feel their energy. That's why people often kind of have that intuition, that like signal go off in them when someone's saying one thing and then they feel completely something else from another person. And so like this person can feel the energy and feel like that you are entering this phase in your life where things are at this place for you. Okay, so the situation, status, title, network, legacy, yeah, that you're entering kind of like this like soul mission type energy. Yeah, on and upward I'm hearing. I feel like that's why you're kind of like so ready to kind of move through this like threshold and kind of move forward, because you're like, as soon as like this situation is like so far in the rear view mirror, this is like so like occupying your current moment, all this incredible amount of divine love, not just through people but through a lot of things, through your soul mission. I am getting kind of like a divine counterpart twin flame kind of energy with a very strong, the lover's enduring union, private victory, and soul mission type work with the legacy. So I do kind of feel that kind of very, very strong divine counterpart if you're not already in one coming in. But if you are in one, it coming strengthening after this whole thing is completely released, I'm getting. And I feel like this is this person's karma coming in a little bit, is to kind of see that you're not on the same dimensional plane of frequency. It's kind of like one last gift. I feel like if I have to look at this from a higher perspective, like they're giving you one last gift of like one last lesson or help in clearing one last final boss test or something, kind of a review phase of everything you've gone through maybe, and you're giving them one last test of one last bit of like friction and contrast and glimpse into the 5D for their journey as well. Okay. Yeah. Abandoned success. The 8 of Cups. That's very interesting for the 8 of Cups. And material success. The 6 of Pentacles. There is a little bit of a leech type energy here. We did see like a big ego, and we did see this like person kind of bleeding, trying to bleed you dry or something. I feel like there is kind of success coming in for you. Very obvious with your very, very strong energy, pile 1. And they're hoping that like you kind of leave something for them that they don't deserve. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like they're kind of trying to, like, now that they see this happening for you, yeah, there's a little bit of jealousy and envy, but like I think it's mostly kind of greed. They see you having some when they perceive to have none. And so I feel like they were kind of ready to kind of let this go as well, because they thought they got what they wanted from you, but now they're like, one last wind. I feel like because they see this coming in for you, and so they're like, let me try to get that from them too. I'm getting kind of like, for example, if you're getting like an inheritance and they're like, okay, well, let me try to get that in the divorce settlement too, or something like that. You know, something like that coming in. Ooh, this person is no bueno. Okay. Let's see, what else are they trying to do here? Knight of Wands, exploration. And here you are trying to leave, but I feel like they're trying to leave before you can leave them. There is a feeling of rejection here. Fulfillment. Why do they get to have everything kind of energy? Two of Pentacles, yeah. I feel like this person tried to take something from you that like a partner would deserve, if that makes sense. It could be any type of situation. It could be a friendship, it could be a living situation, it could be a work situation, it could be a family situation, or a romantic situation. But I do feel like this person feels like they deserve, like, you know how like when you get a divorce and like they deserve half of everything you've created or something like that, but they clearly don't. Page of Swords. It came out face down. But I do feel like you have a plan here, and if you don't yet, your spirit guides do have one for you. So you're like super uber protected, pile one. I don't think this person knows that either, which works in your favor. Yeah. Because like I feel like you're going into a really like aligned place. Like this path you're taking, it's coming from a very genuine high frequency place. So whatever this is like so you, so divinely you, that you're so divinely protected at this time. Especially because I do feel sort of like a crossroads, but not even a crossroads. Like I feel like you've been at a crossroads and you finally found it out or something like that. Like you're finally ready to take moves into a direction, and then this comes up. I do feel a very like devil energy. Like I feel like this is like the devil energy kind of making moves through this person. That could make sense for some of you. Like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, you know how like you can get a lot of angel messages through, you know, people that love you, your family members, your friends, you know, people who care about you. Like, I feel like this is kind of like the shadow version of that. I don't even want to say shadow version because I like my shadow self. I feel like this is like, yeah, the dark version of that. Like this person is channeling dark energies to kind of block you or something. Oop. Okay, message to yeah, I literally said that, didn't I? Yeah, and it fell on the Lover's card. Like they're really trying to prevent the crystallizing moment. They're really trying to prevent. Okay, this person, like, okay, if you are meant to have a divine counterpart relationship in this lifetime, or twin flame type of relationship, or high level soulmate connection in this lifetime, no wonder this person, like, even if you don't feel like this is is affecting your love life at all, maybe it's not like, maybe it's a separate type of situation. It is. It very much is. This person very much is trying to, and I feel like it's like not even like they're not smart enough to do that. This is definitely some dark energy intervention trying to block you through this person to not come into union or better union with your divine love. Wow. Death. Yeah. Oh, they're trying whatever they can to squash this. I'm not getting like they're wishing death upon you or anything, but I do feel a little bit of like evil eye. Let's see. The runner, fear, intimacy, listening to ego. I feel like this person feeds off of energy. They're an energy vampire. For sure. That came up very strongly, so I can't deny that. Okay, so let's finish this out and see what will happen. Numbness, to feel... it's coming from your energy, so I feel like you're not even paying attention to this person. Like, they're just like a fly buzzing around you that you're gonna, like, squash or something. It's like not... Like, this is like... I feel like this person is like... sees how much power and energy you have and are trying to use it for their own selfish needs in some way, but for you, you're like so past this situation. Not even, you're moving on. Change of residence. Yeah, let's see the situation, how it'll end. Passion. I feel like you're so focused with the Knight of Wands here in passion. You're like in a different dimension. You're like in a different reality from this person. Like, I feel like you moved into like a higher vibrational state, and like this person can't even touch you or see you anymore. And I also feel like, let's see, with the moving card, intellect. Yeah, page of the Page of Swords and the Page of, sorry, the King of Swords. Like, there's something that you're doing that it's like you're playing 5D chess when this person's playing 3D checkers, you know? Like, you're so above it. I feel like you have like 5 different things that closes out this energy and pushes you into the new energy in such a fantastic, perfect, divinely beautiful way that is so easy breezy and like extremely in your favor and extremely like it just, I mean, contentment to the highest degree from your end. Like, everything is tied up with a neat little bow in like multiple different ways with this situation and moving into this thing, because you have this this person is channeling. I'm getting multiple. I don't know if this person practices some sort of witchcraft or something that they don't know what they're doing in. They have multiple entities attached to them. Oh my goodness. And they're kind of like being all stirred up in them right now because they're going against this powerhouse, or they think they're going against this powerhouse. They can't. You're clearly too well protected. Okay, let's see. Outcome for you. Step out of your comfort zone. So I feel like there is going to be an opportunity for you to kind of physically move something. And Spirit is saying that is the right move for you. Let's see. Okay. Wow. And this fell right under my table, under my seat. So this is kind of like, it's a hidden deal. So I feel like you want to keep this to yourself, especially don't tell this person, or don't even let them get a hint. They won't be able to see it because they're not in the same frequency. But like, you know, I feel like you're keeping this to yourself in general because you are going into this like new path. There is going to be just negative energies that kind of creep through people around you that might try to prevent you. So I would just keep it like on the down low. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business, and I do feel both because we got this status legacy network, and then we got the Lovers card and the wedding ring. So it's like definitely some sort of divine counterpart kind of energy. And then Turkey, someone is behaving stupidly. I wonder who. They're like gossiping. but they're leaving your life. So I feel like this person is just kind of it's not that specific individual. It's all the entities that are using them because they're such a stupid, mindless person. I don't normally say that about anyone, but like spirit's words, that they can be used as a puppet in this way. They're very cowardly and they're not courageous, and they are very weak of their own volition, of their own will. Like they chose not to fight, stand up for themselves, look at the truth of themselves. And this person has a huge healing journey in front of them, and they came into your life because they have the potential to get where you are at some point. Like maybe it was written in their destiny that they could have that kind of life, but they kind of refused to look at the truth, made the wrong moves at every point, took the easy way out, were, compromised their own morals, and lived a kind of very deviant lifestyle where it's kind of like do you, what works for you, but like for them, it's like, I feel like they show themselves as being high frequency, but they're actually low frequency. So it's kind of deceitful for them. I feel like there's more about this person that you don't know that's like very like that type of energy. Like you might know a few things about this person, but there's more things like that. Spirit's like, yeah, that's all you need to know. So what will come of this person? Yeah, I mean, like the depression will continue. Look at the Nine of Swords here. This is the after tarot. Like they're gonna continue like their depression here. If you don't deal with it, it's just gonna get worse and worse, and unfortunately it might lead to some sort of mental illness if you go on with that for too long. It's hard to kind of crawl out of that abyss. And the Death card again, 2 Death cards. I feel like I do feel like this situation with you did help kind of transform. It was an opportunity for them to transform, but I do feel like, unfortunately for this person, I feel like they're going to take this to their grave. Like this kind of work, this kind of depression, this kind of inner work, I don't think they're going to figure it out in this lifetime, unfortunately. You did what you could with how much. I feel like you were kind of like a saving grace. You were the earth angel that was put on this person's path to kind of help them out of this situation, but I feel like they've dug themselves in too deep, especially because they were being combative. And I feel like this person will know eventually that like they kind of kicked out the one person that was trying to help them or something like that. Perfect timing. Okay, what's the perfect timing for you, pile 1? Love of a lifetime. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so that's what's coming up for you, pile 1. That was kind of what was. It wasn't even being blocked. It might have been like slightly delayed or trying to be blocked by this individual, but you're too powerful. You made all the right decisions. You did all the hard work, and you're moving in this direction. So even your spirit guides are like, take a deep breath and let this go. Let it all go, because this is what's coming into your life. This is what you should focus on. And get ready for like love of a lifetime, excitement for a lifetime, like all the things that you've been wanting and wishing for, because I do feel like a really huge step up in your energetic frequency. Like you're literally going into a new dimension in this physical world. You're going into a new lifetime, a whole new life. All right, pile 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did resonate with it or liked it, I really appreciate a comment. I'd love to know how it resonated with you, any specific details. I live for that. Like, of course I need money to live, but like what I really, really love is feedback. I like confirmations. I like hearing from you. I like hearing from my kindred spirit soul sisters and brothers. And so with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 2. With the Void Drama card and the Argonite, we're looking at what will come of the situation. It could pertain to any type of situation, romantic, platonic. It could be one person or many individuals or an entity. And I'll describe the situation first, though, so you can see if this pile is for you. So, what is the situation? What's going on here? Okay. All right. I feel like this person, I feel like they're trying to be smart. They're trying to kind of, I feel like, pull one over on you, or I feel like they think they're like one step ahead of the game, but the way that it came out and then the way that I was kind of trying to not get out of my hand, like they're being sneaky, underhanded. I feel like they have more tricks up their sleeves, or they feel like they're that kind of person who can like outwit or outsmart someone else. I feel like they think they're being very smart here. Okay, let's see if that's true, if there's any credence here. I feel like you see through them. I feel like you can see through this person or these people. Yeah. If it's more than one person, I feel like, yeah, because like the multiple, I feel like the ton of people, not like gaslighting you, but kind of. Like, I feel like they're purposely trying to avoid helping you, or they don't want to go out of their way to do the right thing. And we're watching everything happen, kind of thing. Interesting. What's kind of happening here? Yeah. They don't want you to leave. They can see you like out, like getting ready to leave, and they don't want you to, or something like that. I'm getting this is like a mix of people. Like, some people don't want you to leave because like you're the one who did all the work, or you're the one who that helped them out. Like, there's also someone in the mix who, like, they know you're gonna go on to better things, and they don't want you to do that. They don't want to see you do that. Other people, they want you to stay for selfish reasons. I feel like you've been kind of very vocal about like changing positions, changing jobs, or looking somewhere else, something like that. I feel like you trusted these folks, because King of Swords, like, no one can really cut that deep unless you let them in. You know, so I feel like it cut a little bit deeper because these are people you actually trusted, or trusted at one point, or worked with at one point, or kind of told them a little bit more about your personal life or something like that. Yeah. I feel like this is you kind of like watching everything happen. Yeah, the Star card. Yeah, people can see you're meant for like bigger and better things. And I'm gonna just put it out there. Like, there's a varying amount of like energies. Like, some people want you to stay for selfish reason. It's easier. They can pay you less, or they can you kind of manage the other folks, or help train them, or you help the other people around, or something like that. You take care of like all the big problems or minor problems. Like, it's just so much easier with like these types of gatherings or events when you're around, or something like that. You coordinate things, you organize things, or something like that. And then there's some people who know you're destined for bigger and better things, and it's like you're just biding time here, and like they feel kind of lesser having your energy around. But if you're around, then it's like, oh yeah, like this person who's like amazing and has all these talents and skills, and you know, they look really good, or they have this much energy, they can get all this kind of stuff done. If they're here, then it makes me look good, or it makes me feel better about myself, or something like that. And I'm telling you, there's a mix of both of these energies and everyone around the situation for you. I'm getting this area, so I don't know if it's like an office building, or around the area that you live, or this kind of family dynamic, or whatever, but I feel like it's a little bit in almost all the people involved in this area, or in this group, that feel this way about you. For some it's like very slight, but for others it's like very, very strong. Let's see a little bit more about the situation. Okay, got stuck here. Coffee cup, meeting, conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. Yeah, I do feel like at one point you really had a good connection with this person or these people. And that's why it kind of feels like you're seeing everything kind of flip now. And you're like, wait, was this always their intention? Or are they always like this? Or like, maybe you always knew that they were like this, but like now they're like really not hiding it. You know, the true colors are showing as you're kind of moving on to this bigger, better thing. Well-being, yeah. The unintentional effects of the situation is it's taking a hit on your well-being, your health, your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Yeah, I feel like these people, I feel like it's just a lot of draining. Even if it's just like a little bit from a lot of people, that still drains a lot of your energy, right? Even if this is like isn't so strong in every single person around you, this energy of like wanting to like hold you back or take your energy, even if it's just like a little bit, but a lot of people around you, like that's still gonna drain you quite a bit. So that's kind of where this type of energy is at right now, this situation. One more clarifier. Siblings and nature outdoors. Okay. For some of you, this could be siblings that you have this energy with. But I'm getting like kind of like soul sister, soul brother, because we've got nature, outdoors, and earth. I do feel like your soul is crying out for like soul fam. Cause I feel like you're just watching this happen, like all this chaos. Like I feel like this, like I'm getting this kind of image where like from a TV show or a movie where someone's just like standing still and there's like a huge crowd of like reporters or people wanting to talk to them or wanting something from them, and they're just kind of running up and asking all these questions, and this person's just standing still like, oh my goodness, like just being drained and being like bombarded with all these people and their demands and their selfishness kind of thing. So I do feel like a call to soul family coming in. Like I feel like you really need a good friend at this time, and I feel like multiple, like you need a true few, really strong true few right now. You definitely need a few really strong, like 2 or 3 strong soul brothers or sisters to help you with this. You're trying to avoid drama here. But even avoiding the drama is draining your energy. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's see if we can get a little bit more. Let's look at their sides, their thoughts and actions, what's going on. Why are they being this way? Yeah, because they kind of see that you're about to kind of manifest whatever it is that you've been working on. And they don't like that. Girl with a snake. This is their energy. I always have the viewer on the left side and the other energy on the right side. Empath, narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enabler boundaries. Yeah, this person is sneaky, but not even in like a, I do feel like there's like people around you who are kind of like don't have your best interest at heart and are being a little bit more selfish, but then there's some people around you who are actively trying to manipulate you, actively trying to use and abuse you, actively putting out these like really, really harsh energies. I feel like they're draining you very, very strongly. And this person has like the guise of like, I'm just being friendly, I'm just being helpful. I feel like this person is a very, very, very narcissistic and very, very manipulative. I feel like they have a lot of practice in it. I feel like they're not really even that great at it, but they do have a lot of practice in it, and they can fool people here and there. I don't think they like fooled you, because I don't think this person or these people are close enough to you to fool you. Or I feel like you didn't let them in completely into your circle. I feel like you were more open and helpful and kind just because that's who you are. But you didn't let this person completely in, or you didn't let these people completely in. And now their like true colors are showing or something like that. I wonder why. Why? What's going on with this person? Grief. In pain, finding healing and deeper connection to the self. I almost want to say I feel like they're maybe using some sort of grief as an out or something. This might be bad to say, but I feel like they're almost using something else going on in their life as like an excuse for not doing something. Like there might have been like actual death in their family, or there might have been an actual like they might have actually lost their job, or had like they actually had a health issue, but they're using that as a means to manipulate more. Does that make sense? Instead of actually grieving whatever happened. Does that make sense? Very, very manipulative. Bottled up. Yeah. Be careful, because I feel like this person is about to unleash, or they have unleashed on you. They're taking it out on you, I'm getting. Because you were kind to them. This is a typical like empath, narcissist kind of pairing. Once they find someone that they feel like is being nice to them, that they feel like they can be open with and unleash on, they will. Take advantage of, kind of thing. So be careful of this person or these people. I don't think it's everyone, because I do feel like a little bit like everyone's there are people around you who are like, oh, hey, look, who does this person think they are? But it's not that like strong. It's not that big of a deal. But there are, let's see how many. There are some. Yeah, I'm getting this one person specifically that is actual concern. And we got the Justice card here in reverse. It's kind of like karma, a karmic kind of situation. It's definitely very, very strong karma being played out, or about to be played out very soon. So let's see. Okay, and the Ace of Cups, and it fell on the nature, outdoors, earth. So I do feel like this. Okay, this is definitely an energy I've got for like Lightworker Starseeds type of energy, where you get this type of energy come through temporarily. So an energy of someone like friends, romantic relationship, a mentor type energy, business partner, a neighbor or something. Any kind of like big significant type of relationship or connection that is coming in temporarily to show you the 3D version before you get the 5D version. Just so it's going to be a accumulation of like almost everything you've like dealt with in this one person representing what's about to come in. So depending on your situation right now, you could probably even tell that there's people in your life that are in your life right now temporarily. They might have been new, because I do feel like there's energy of like you didn't let this person in too much, so that I feel like you're aware this is someone new that you haven't let in completely yet, or you were kind of like focused on other things, so you haven't talked to them as much or something like that, or hung out with them as much. You haven't deepened the connection as much, and you didn't even have to before they showed their true colors. There are for some people you've like worked around, lived around, been friends with casually, or even might have been like a manager, a supervisor, or like something like that. like landlord or teacher at a night class or something like that, like someone you kind of known for a little while, that I've also been slipping up recently, showing their true colors. And it's because you're kind of making this huge drastic change from 3D to 5D, that like even like I'm getting like anyone who was in your life temporarily are showing their true colors, whether they've been in your life for a little while or they're new. And it's because Spirit is showing you the old right before the new comes in. The old version of that connection versus the new version of that connection, which is like soul fam. Interesting. Yeah, because I feel like this person, the Justice card reversed and the Ace of Cups face down, like they really played it off like they are soul fam. A lot of karmic connections start that way. Like a lot of people who are in twin flame relationships found out that they weren't actually in twin flame relationships. It was actually karmic. Some people who think they're in a, you know, divine counterpart relationship or high level soulmate relationship find out later it was just a karmic situation. And anything like business partners, family dynamics, like anything, like it just feels like, oh, this is going so great, and then like 2 seconds later it's like, wow, they just did like a 180. That's the kind of situation I'm talking about. I feel like this was like, I don't know, I'm getting like it was harder to fool you, or something like that, because like you're so like, I feel like you're so aware, you kind of see what's going on, you can see the higher perspective of things as well. The unseen connection, wow, the Hermit, the unseen connection, that's like perfect. I feel like it's because you were just coming out of this hermit mode. So whatever kind of connection this is being illuminated for you right now, because I feel like it's more than one, and I feel like it's more than one, like temporary or not as strong connection. Some of them might have a potential to be stronger, but the unseen connection, I do feel like it's like more like someone you don't talk to that much, or someone that's new in your life that you don't know much about, someone who you might have felt like kind of shady about, but they weren't like in your inner circle or anything, you know, or they worked in that other department or like something like that, you know, like they were a friend of a friend, so whatever. But I feel like everything's coming out of the woodworks. I feel like you're coming out of the hermit phase. So like maybe you're thinking about moving into a different department. Maybe you're thinking about moving and making new friends, or maybe you think about, you know, starting to date again, or maybe you're starting to think about going into more creative groups, more different types of communities. And that's when things start to get like lit up and fired up in your current connections that you have in those types of areas. So it's going to be very specific for you and your situation. You're going to know like what folks I'm talking about, what kind of groups, what kind of people I'm talking about, because there are people that you're not very close with, or that you haven't been close with for a very long time. There's a potential to be close with this person, or you want to develop closeness with this type of connection, whether it's like a mentor, or whether it's like a teacher, or whether it's like a friend, or whether it's like a neighbor, or whether it's like a romantic interest, or whether it's like, you know, this type of community or this type of group. So I feel like you're leaving one thing for another thing, but it's something that you want in your life. It's something that you're actively seeking now or about to seek. And that's why all the old energies are flaring up, if that makes sense. That's why there's so much drama with these old energies. You're probably like out of nowhere, because I feel like you're here just being like quiet, like, what is this? What is going on here? Like, are you kidding me? Let's see. Trauma, yeah. I do feel like you're someone who has dealt with a lot of your trauma, and you're around people who haven't been, or at least these like not as serious connections. And so that's why it's becoming very like blaringly obvious. It's like shining a bright headlight bright spotlight on these types of energies, because like blaringly obvious that there's people in your life, even if it's casual, that do not belong in this energy anymore. So let's see what else is going on here from your side. Resilience. Yeah, you definitely have some sort of very strong boundary up here. And let's see what Spirit has coming in for you. Independence. Carving your own path. And I feel like this is kind of like your strong suit here. Because obviously these types of energies are kind of in a trauma state, or in a kind of like closed eyes, kind of, you know, ignorant, oblivious, can't see the truth kind of thing, right? And so like they're gonna stick to what is shown to them, what is like the normal, quote unquote normal thing to do, what everyone else is doing around them, kind of crowd mentality type of energy, do what the others are doing kind of thing, and they don't have the ability to carve their own path. And so it's going to become very obvious. I feel like this is like kind of the segregating of the people in your life, those who are going into 5D and those who are staying behind 3D, and it's becoming very, very like split the Red Sea type of energy. Like you're going to very, very clearly see it at this point, and that's how you know you're moving into 5D. That's why I'm saying this is like a more like a reading for like highly spiritual folks, light workers, starseed type of energy. I'm getting very strongly, because you're going to be carving your own path, something that these folks would never be able to think of, because you're so divinely connected and protected that you, and being guided to your kind of destiny, to this divine path, that you're going to get this download of how to kind of circumvent the situation, avoid the drama, but on top of that, not just avoid the drama, but because I do get clarity coming. Nine of Swords. Elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, leave you wiser at the end. Oh, I'm getting that Spirit is saying that like it's been a long time since you kind of had enough clarity to make the next move. I feel like you might have been getting hints here and there. You're very, very divinely connected, so you've been getting a lot of clarity here and there, but it's been kind of, they know it too. I'm getting ancestor energy. Your spirit guides and ancestors are very much aware of your situation and what's been going on. And they've been kind of telling you to hold on, and that there is a beautiful path that's going to last you almost a lifetime ahead of you coming in. And they want you to be able to carve this path. They're very extremely proud of you for being this resilient and kind of like taking it on the chin kind of thing. Okay, so what do we got? Food, gardening, farming, collecting, growing. They want you to be super independent. They want you kind of to like be very self-sustaining even. I mean, everyone's green on a different level, but I feel like they want you to be as independent as you can be. Whatever that means for you. It doesn't have to be like live in the middle of nowhere and just like grow your own food and live off grid type of thing, but like whatever that means for you. Maybe it's being away from your past support system. Maybe it's about kind of going into this business venture solo. You know, maybe it's starting up this hobby and seeing where it goes. Living on your own for a bit, living somewhere where no one knows you for a bit, living not in isolation but kind of in hermit mode for a bit, kind of like giving yourself like peace and like quiet for a bit, or kind of figuring things out, maybe working on that book for a little bit, something like that. You know, giving yourself time to recuperate, rejuvenate, reset. Interesting. Okay, so this situation, I'm surprised that I'm not getting like more details. Gold digger, they want your money. Yeah, I definitely feel that these folks, your light is going to shine much, much brighter, and you're going to be doing much, much better. And whether they want your energy, your help, your time, your money, your opportunities, your, you know, every second of every day, your happiness, your life, your, you know, whatever these folks want, I feel like it ranges. It's 3D energy, and 3D energy meaning like these are the folks who are going to stay behind to go through that great awakening, the collective awakening with everyone else, right? They are going to see your light shine brightly, and they are going to want a piece of it because their 3D mentality is going to be highlighted and come on even stronger with this kind of divide, especially initially. You're going to be in a stronger 5D energy right off the bat. It's going to be very like heavenly, like you're in like very kind of euphoric and kind of, you know, hippie like energy, right? Love and peace, completely in that vibe, where they're going to be even more in their 3D energy. Like imagine if the 5D people separate from 3D people, the 3D people are going to be more 3D and the 5D people are going to be more 5D because you're in your own energy, your own frequency more. It's going to amplify it. That's why, Spirit is saying, get out to nature's, get out towards soul family, and kind of get close to nature in whatever way that works for you. You can still be in the city. I know a ton of light workers who are going to still like go when this great awakening happens, still like kind of stay close to nature, still being in the city. But most light workers and starseeds are going to move out to places where they can be around nature in a more peaceful setting. Okay. So gold digger. So what's going to be the outcome of their situation? Abundance, keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want. And it fell on your side, but because I was pulling it for their side, they're going to be seeing this. It came out face down. Are they going to be seeing this? Yeah. They're going to, I feel like they assume that you're going to help them or something. I feel like maybe you do help some of them, at some of these folks in the 3D. How can you not? You know, if you've been friends forever, some of these folks are people that you cared for. Achievement. It keeps pointing towards your side. I feel like some of them, they kind of slightly feel like in the beginning, oh, like, that's great, that's good for you. Oh, you just got a job at that great company. Oh, can you put a good word in for me? That'd be so helpful. You know, then yours is a Knight of Pentacles. You're meant to just kind of keep into your own energies and be in this like playful energy. Stay in that peaceful energy, I'm hearing. When you first move into 5D, and I've said this a few times, is like the last time a lot of us have ever been in 5D energies consistently is when we were in a child and are using our imagination, creativity, like in full flow state. So that's why when we go into 5D, for a lot of us, we're going to be kind of in that childlike energy because that's like the last time we remember being in 5D longest. Distrust came out in reverse, face down, and rejection. They are very just trusting of others. You can see it in their action, and that's probably because they have an extreme amount of distrust in themselves. It's usually kind of what's mirrored out to others. And then rejection, feeling rejection from others because they feel rejection within themselves. So these two energies is trust and rejection. It's going to be very much amplified towards you. And I'm getting that one specific person, or there might be a few specific people who really strongly show this. I'm getting however many people are like very strongly like this towards you is how many soul family members, how many soul siblings are coming into your life right now. So if you have one specific person, it could be like one person coming in right now. If you have a few, you can have, you know, 2, 3, whatever. And I'm not talking about like the just people who have like a slight bit of jealousy or a slight bit of like not helping you type vibe when they can easily. I'm talking about like very, very serious, strong energies of this, which is like a very strong sign of like, you know, about to awaken when you build yourself up to that energy of being very, very loud and angry towards everyone else. And it's because you're very angry towards yourself. You haven't healed that stuff in yourself, so you're taking it out on others. So you're going to see that happen. Okay. And their action towards you or in this situation, unlearn. And it's coming from your side, so like, you're definitely a teacher in this situation, whether you want to be or not. I feel like you're just teaching them just by being alive, existing. They're going to see all the things that you may have unlearned, and they're taking a page from your book and realizing that they have to do this. So that's why I'm saying, like, you don't really have to do anything. Just whatever you've done, I'm getting so far, like, you don't even have to do anything moving forward. You don't have to help them at all. You already did enough. You were an example, and you showed that light to this person, of these people, and now it's up to them to kind of embody that type of energy and make that change for themselves. They've seen it in you. They know what to do, and they can either do it or not, and that's up to them. But they know what to do. They got their message. They got their task, their lesson from the divine through you, through seeing it through you, and now they know what to do, and they just got to do it. Will they do it is the question, right? 4 Swords. Yeah, a lot of folks will go into hermit mode in order to do this, but they're outwardly, they're not going to tell other people that they're doing this, because I feel a sense of embarrassment and shame for their behavior and their actions and their words. So I do feel like they are going to be doing the work, but privately, because they're kind of embarrassed with how they were acting towards you and to others. I feel like this isn't just a you situation. I feel like this person has done it to others. And okay. And for you, what is the outcome for you? Prosperity lies ahead. Yeah, we did get a lot of achievement, abundance, money. I feel like abundance in not just money, but also in soul connections. Very strong, positive, high-level soul connection, soul family. So that's brilliant. That's perfect. That's exactly what you need, is to bring in the abundance. I feel like you avoiding the drama is bringing in this abundance. Is bringing in the right people. I'm not here, not fighting the battles for you, but like I'm getting, not even taking you away from the fight. I'm getting like fairy godmother type of energy. Like these like soul siblings come in, and they're your backup when you need it. But they're also like, they give you really good advice and like to know when to walk away and when to fight, kind of thing. Like I feel like they're like literally your guardian angels reincarnated into these soul family type friends in your life right now. Interesting. I'm gonna look into that in a bit. Okay, so their karma, spiritual message already sent through your energy. It's been already sent through your energy to kind of the High Priestess and the Hierophant. Yeah. I do feel like they're more open to kind of reviewing the situations or conversations that they had with you, whatever you had to teach them, they were kind of more open to that. They get the hint. So even if you feel like what a waste of time dealing with these folks, it was not a waste of time. Okay, this was a temporary situation. All these people came out of the woodworks, people that you know for a little while but not really close with, or people that are new but had the potential to be close with, but you know, there's kind of like a distance thing. These were all temporary people, or people who didn't have a strong connection with you. Could have, but of their own free will chose not to. They weren't all very, very low frequency, but all of them chose to keep themselves in the 3D energy. Haven't gone through the awakening yet. You might have been thinking it was a waste of time to deal with all these people. It wasn't. Just you being you, even if it was just one conversation, a few conversation, you know, you just saw each other once in a while, or you met each other at parties or in passing on the, you know, at the store or on the block or whatever. It helped incredibly with these folks. Right before you leave 5D, that's why all these people kind of came out of the woodworks. That makes sense? You having prosperity ahead, that is amazing. I love that for you. Pull the last couple of cards of outcome for you. Forgiveness. I feel like they're going to be asking for your forgiveness because it came down face down in reverse at some point. I'm getting spirits like, you don't have to give this person time of day kind of thing. You don't have to respond to them. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. Just keep doing you. Just keep moving ahead, forward. Don't look back. Just keep going forward. Even if people come through and want to like connect with you again, like I'm getting don't trust them because we got distrust. Like they might be coming with you with good intentions, but slightly not. They're not fully healed enough to not take out this distrust and rejection energy on you. So like be careful. Like they might come to you with good intentions initially, but they're not fully healed and ready to ask for forgiveness or sustain a good connection, healthy energy around you. So just keep going. Forget this person. Rearview mirror. Lastly, spirit guide. Yeah, your guides are, that's not the card I wanted. Forgiveness and truth. Interesting. I wonder what they want you to. This is definitely your spirit guides and ancestors talking to you. Page of Pentacles, like this here. Boundless curiosity. I feel like this is for you, not for them. Yeah. You have your soul family here. What is this forgiveness for? Don't stop. And forgiveness. We'll wrap this reading up. I like you. Cupid's arrow. Oh, there might be even a high-level soulmate connection coming back to say, to ask for forgiveness and say sorry. What do you do with that? You're very close to achieving your goal. Yeah, Spirit's like saying don't stop. Keep going. Keep your curiosity, your play, your abundance energy, your 5D energy, your soul fam energy. Like I feel like someone comes back kind of like a really good romantic situations, a high-level soulmate connection. Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. But be careful of even that person that comes back that you might even still have feelings for around this time, because you know. Boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. You're so close to achieving like a ton of abundance, a ton of like more soul family. And I feel like the soul family and you are like using a lot of your creative abilities and your intuitive abilities together collaboratively to bring in more abundance, to bring in more right kind of people, to bring in more resources for something bigger. And you're throwing around a lot of ideas, brainstorming, having a lot of fun doing it. Don't let anyone distract you, especially not the 3D people, but even someone who's like in who you might have had feelings for. Goldfish in reverse. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Yeah, you're because you're growing spiritually, you're also going to be growing monetarily, materially. You know that, so the two go hand in hand. So Spirit's like, don't let anything distract you. Is this person like good for you, or are they meant to be? The Devil. No, they're a distraction. Okay. Are they like 3D? An emotionally secure and loving family is important to you. This person is a distraction. Forces working against you. Yeah, so this person is not 3D. So even if there's a person who comes back who felt like a soulmate type energy, maybe a medium level, maybe even high level soulmate level connection, you should get the hint if like 3D people are becoming very highlighted and blaringly obvious of who they are, and this lover comes back wanting more. And I think you kind of want, this could be someone who you thought was a twin flame or the one, or possible divine counterpart, or really high level soulmate, or you really, really liked them, but it was unrequited love or something like that. Or like you're hoping things would work out, but it didn't, you broke it off, and now there's this opportunity again, you still have feelings for them. It might be that kind of situation, but Spirit's like, keep going with your soul family, with your efforts, your abundance, finding more soul family, finding more resources, brainstorming, getting all the creative ideas out there. Keep going with that. All right, pile 2. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me see what's gonna happen with them. What's their karma? Invention, burning with passion. I feel like that's you. You're gonna be like burning with passion and making a difference. While they go through a deep type of healing, and start connecting to their higher guides. Like, yeah, they're already kind of in a shameful, bare state, kind of confronting the truths about themselves they never really looked at. It's a really tough thing to see, a mirror up to your face. So that's going to be their karma for now, you know. While you're going off doing your things that you really, really love and making a difference, and they're going to be healing from relationships, addictions, from toxicity, and even their own toxicity, becoming aware of that, from heartbreak, realizing the truth. For you, it's a lighthearted, carefree time. Keep your focus here, avoid the drama, and you're getting a lot of abundance in a lot of beautiful ways. All right, pile 2. Finally wrapping it up. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonated, I really, really love a comment. Let me know how it resonates, specific details. That's what I live for. I love connecting with my kindred spirits, my kindred brothers and sisters. This was a joy, a pleasure to channel for you. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. And I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 3 with the protection card and the pyrite crystal. We're looking at what will come of the situation, and it could be any type of situation, but I am going to pull cards to see the energy around the situation so you can see if this is the right pile for you. So let's get into it. Okay, right away. Spirit has something to say. Okay, so I feel like this was something you couldn't see coming. I feel like this is something you couldn't see. I'm getting like, how would you know to protect yourself from the situation if you didn't know this was actually happening? I feel like maybe a little bit you were blindsided. Yeah, there's some trickery involved. Not cool. Definitely something behind the scenes. Someone wasn't being honest. Someone like blindsided you, was kind of being manipulative, or dishonest. They wanted to cut you. They wanted to be a surprise attack. They wanted to finish you. Okay, so this is a really dark energy. I'm sorry, pile 3, but I feel like they wanted to kind of like, I don't know, maybe they like cheated on you and they wanted to kind of like tell you that and then like kick you out at the same time or something. Be like, or like, you know, there's like no remorse there, or there's no like soft landing, like there's no like let's work this out, or I'll tell you something, it's, you know, like considering your feelings or considering how it might affect you. It's very much they wanted to attack, one and done you, take the kids away from you, cut off some sort of money, something sketchy with like legal paperwork or something, leaving your name off of something in the deed or something. Yeah, taking a car away from you or something like that. This person had really nefarious motives. I'm sorry, pile 3. Oh my gosh, I'm like hoping for like one good pile. All of them have been so... It's a sign of the times. There's a lot of karmic endings and final boss like lessons and tests happening right now, because like this is a timeless reading, but at the time that I'm posting this, like this landscape is gonna push like those who are spiritual, awakened, light worker, starseeds type of energy into the new paradigm, and those who are in the 3D mentality, they're gonna like stay behind to go through the collective great awakening together. So you can see this like it's really coming through. This is supposed to be like a really lighthearted, what's going on in the situation type of energy, type of reading, but it's very, you can just tell things are happening. Kisses and the snake and ascending. Yeah, wow. Okay. I feel like the kisses came first and then the snake. This person really deceived you. Oh man. Like they went from like this to this. And they might have some sort of mental issue. I got like bipolar here or something, or they could be narcissistic, or they could be psychopathic. Or just someone who's very like traumatized and lashes out kind of thing. I do see mental illness here. No judgment and nothing against that, but I feel like it takes it a step further. Like I feel like it's not just someone who has mental illness and I was aware of it. Like I feel like they're actively in that dark energy. Like they want to do those things. It's not just like they're unaware or they're working on it, or you know, it's just who they are. It's like they're actually using it as a weapon, which often comes around when you're about to level up. All right, so I'm going to try to get a little bit more on this information, on this situation if I can. But yeah, I do feel like whatever it is, they're trying to like cut you out. One foul swoop, like in for the kill. Like they're trying to not like literally kill you, but they were literally trying to like one and done you. They threw a lethal blow. That's what I'm hearing. Illegal, crime, dangerous. Yeah. This is not a good person. Ooh, not at all. An acquaintance, yeah. I do feel like this person is someone you don't know too well, or don't see that often, or someone new in your life. Because I do see like this flip of kisses to the snake. You know, be careful. I feel like you're so unconditionally loving and stuff like that. So you kind of mirrored that for this person, but they were actually a snake, whereas you were actually genuinely unconditionally loving. Does that make sense? And I feel like you're even more so like in that unconditionally loving energy because you are moving into that 5D energy. So you can't help it, even if you're going through a lot of stress, even though you have a lot on your plate. Like, it doesn't matter all the trials and tribulations and difficulties you went through in life. It does not matter, because at this point in your life, you're like, you're a pure soul, divinely connected. That's just who you are. You're moving into the 5D version of yourself, which is unconditionally loving, because you're being filled with so much divine love at all times that you can give it out all the time too. So I feel like this was like kind of like a reality check you didn't see coming, because you're like, I'm on my way up. Like, what? Okay, so can we get a little bit more clarification on this situation? 2 more cards and we'll go into their situation. Give it time. Everything in divine timing. Let it flow. I feel like you're in divine timing to move up. But I'm getting from Spirit, like, don't give this any more time than you already have. Don't give this any more time than you already have. You're doing something much bigger and more important in your life with your destiny right now. And boundaries. Okay, and if it came out in, like, the much, like, recent past energy, or, like, far past energy, kind of this energy of, like, if you already set boundaries with this person, that's it. That's all you have to do. You don't. That's your final task. You don't have to do anything more. And justice, and you will. And it came out in hand. You will get your justice in this situation. You already did what you're supposed to do. It feels like you already set boundaries with this person. It feels like you don't have to do anything more. Like, everything will happen the way it's supposed to. You will get your justice. Okay, so we'll look at the outcome in a little bit, but let's see what's going on in this situation from their side. Their thoughts, their action, what is going on? Okay. Pentacles. So you gave them an opportunity. I feel like you did something good for this person. You gave them an opportunity. You reached out. You helped this person. I feel like this person needed help, and you gave them help. You gave this person a chance. I feel like you're entering in that energy now where you can help more people, even if you feel like you don't have as many resources or as many, like, jobs to give out, or as many, free sessions to give out, or you can't have too many people in your inner circle, or things like that, like, or so much money, or, like, whatever it is. Like, I feel like you're so wealthy in your energies that you always have something you can give others to help, so you gave help to this person. Kisses, 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 snake. I actually like the snake, but in this situation, we get the context. Fear of abundance. Oh no. I feel like this person feel like they deserve things that you're getting that they don't actually deserve. Does that make sense? Because I feel like a lot of light workers go through a fear of abundance, but very narcissistic or egotistical or unhealed folks feel like they deserve all these things without doing any work for it, or putting in any type of effort or energy over, with discipline over time. Like, I feel like they're seeing you and they want what you have without doing the work for it, or if they feel like they deserve it, and why should you get it, kind of thing, you know? Be careful. This person might have the ability to, they might like steal things from you, or dredge up like issues and stuff and try to like blame it on you and things like that. Like, watch out. Welcome to that. Okay. This fell off the table. And then your future position, resistance. As you start ascending more and start going more onto your path, the more this person is going to try to create friction. Go with the flow and be open to life's changes. I feel like that's you, and you're very highly protected. And we do get like this like kind of abundance energy. But I'm getting like abundance of divine energy. So it's like kind of like you're getting a lot of creativity, insights, influence. Like you're saying the perfect thing in the perfect time, in the perfect moment. The opportunities are just flowing in. You know, when you're around people, you're saying the right thing. Kind of, you know, like you're hitting your punchlines. You're throwing out facts in these conversations. You seem to be moving so eloquently, speaking eloquently. Like you're in the flow state because you're getting so divinely connected. You're being, the divine energy, source energy is flowing into you so strongly at this time that everything is kind of, you're in free flow state all the time. You're kind of in the flow. Everything's kind of happening magically for you, right? And the more that happens, and the more this person sees that, the more they're going to try to create friction with you. Out of their negative thoughts and beliefs and emotions. Okay. So why are they being that way? Justice, the chaser. They're a bit codependent. Fear of abandonment, not a fear of abundance. They see you kind of climbing the ladder, and they want to hitch their bandwagon onto your caravan, and they have a fear of being left behind, a fear of not being able to do things on their own, and the only way that they'll succeed in life is if they lash themselves on to others who are successful rather than becoming successful themselves, because they don't want to do the hard work for it. Does that make sense? Definitely getting a little bit of the gold digger energy. Yeah, but usually folks that, like, if you are not meant to have a lot of money, or you haven't built up your energy enough to hold space for that type of money energy or love energy, whatever, they're all that type of energy, then bad things were going to happen to you. Like when people win those like houses or the lottery and stuff, if they aren't able to hold that type of energy, then that energy is going to do bad things for them, right? So that's why you have to, like, in order to attain a lot of wealth and a lot of like property and a lot of material goods, stuff like that, a lot of money, you have to be in that energy. You have to be able to, and if not immediately, you have to be able to raise yourself to hold that type of energy right away, because if not, a lot of things are going to crash and burn in your life in so many different ways. It's going to be like a horror story movie, like, so even if this person is like a gold digger and they end up marrying someone just for money or something, like they'll see like horrible things happen to them because they weren't meant to have that energy, and they kind of, deceive them their way into having it. And so like a lot of karmic energy will, be bestowed upon them. And it's out of your hands. You can't do anything about that. Karmic energy is above any of us, right? So it's a universal law. All right, so What is happening on your end? How is this affecting you? Before I move, I'll pull more card. Yeah, Judgment. The funny thing is they judge you so hard. They're judging you so hard because they judge themselves so hard. You are, oh my God, you are like a multifaceted, like 1,000-faced, you know, like 100-carat diamond. There's like it's like, I went to this like diamond energy workshop once, a spiritual one, and the lady worked with diamonds specifically, and you know, ones that are like, you know, harvested in a humane way, things like that, and that have high frequency, vibrational frequency. And she's like, we all have like a multifaceted, like 1,000-faced, like maybe 100,000-faced huge diamond in the center of our spirit and our soul. But a lot of us just have a lot of dirt around ours, and we have to like clean that out and like be able to shine that center really brightly. And I feel like you are mirroring to them off your 100,000 faceted diamond within your soul and spirit, every one of those insecurities and shadow aspects and things they are critical about themselves and judge for themselves. It is tough. These thousands of things you trigger in them. So that's why I was like, yeah, be careful of this person, because it's not just like, oh, they're like jealous of your position at work, you know, your status or the money you make or your home or your wife or husband or your kids or your life or whatever. It's like every little freaking thing, the shape of your eyes, or you know, the way your legs look, or the way you say certain things, or you know, how you have experience in this thing or your skill set in that thing. It's like it's very, very like a lot. Okay, wow. Alright, so like, how is this affecting you? Why is this even happening for you? Death. You're in the middle of a huge transformation. I mean, like a big one. Like, you're ready to like move on upward in the world, right? And this is coming up to kind of show you how far you've come, but to also for you to do one last like good deed mirror session with someone before you move out, you know? This person on the other side may be someone who hasn't incarnated here on this lifetime as many times as you have. Maybe you've been a spirit guide for them many times, and so they trust you to kind of come here and show them this really, really tough lesson once before you head on off to your next adventure in life. Okay. So how is this affecting you? What is happening? It's the stars, illuminated path. Yeah. I don't know if you're aware of it, but I feel like this person and a lot of people around you are very aware that you are on a really destined high-level path. Yeah, I'm kind of getting the energy that you might not even be aware of it as much. Yeah, no, you are. No, you are. I just think you keep it to yourself because it came out in my hand, so it's like that's something you keep to yourself. You don't flaunt it. You don't tell people about it. Maybe a little bit here and there, but you know you've always meant to kind of do whatever this is. You know, some people are just destined for greatness and know it because they're very intuitive from the get-go, and you need intuition in order to be successful in anything in life. And so you've kind of always known that you were going to be successful in this thing or something specific. But I feel like you kept it to yourself. But even if you kept it to yourself, if you have this knowing, and that energy is something that people can tell. They can read it off your confidence. They can read it off the way you talk about your work or talk about your life or something like that. If people can pick up on it. This person definitely picked up on it. a lot of people kind of pick up on it. How does that, what does that have to do with you? How does that affect you? Priorities. The two messages I got from that card, which is like, first of all, you only tell people who are like on a need to know basis what you're up to, what you need to do next, because you're doing big, you have big moves, you're doing big things right now, pile 3. And yeah, you're keeping everyone in the shadow here. And that's totally fair, because people are keeping you in the shadow with things they want to say about you, action they want to take towards you. And so why would you tell any of these folks, or anyone in general, why your plans on moving out of this energy? You know, why would you tell anyone? So I do feel like you're keeping things to yourself too, but the things you're keeping to yourself are the things that are going to move you up in the world, that has nothing to do with anyone else except for the fact that you're going to be leaving them, right? Okay, what does that mean for you? 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, carved by time. I feel like you're buying your time. And you're keeping it hush-hush and quiet until you know it's time. Let me see, like the outcome for you. It's going to be the outcome for you in this situation. What's your good karma coming back? Oh my God, so many cards came out. I think I want to take them all. Medicine, natural herbs, healing techniques, public fame, popularity, outward presence, buying, trading, purchasing, bargaining, and career. Okay, so obviously you're going to be busy. I feel like you're going to, it might not be these specific 3 things, but I feel like you're going to be pursuing like at least 3 different avenues. So even if you don't have like a main focus of something, maybe something you do on a side gig, or something that you kind of collaborate with someone else with, so you don't have to do as much work. But there is kind of like a 3-part move, like 3-part thing to your career. There's 3 parts to your career. I feel like one is like definitely like the outward one, that's going to be very like the showy one, like the 3D one, the one that 3D people will respond to and be like, oh my God, look at the pile 3, they're doing this and they've made it, like why do they deserve this popularity, like they're going to be part of the hater squad, right? But then I feel like you're also going to be doing some things on the side, just like practical, make sense business things, you know, investing in certain things. I'm getting investment for sure. So maybe you have a product that you sell on the side, or you're investing in certain stocks and bonds, or you're trying to go in on some property, or, you know, it's just what you do when you have money, right? And then I do have a third thing, which I feel like is a more personal thing, something that's like near and dear to your heart. Maybe you had a family member that struggled with a certain health issue and you want to bring more light and focus to that type of issue. Maybe it's something that you struggled with and you want to do something for folks who might be struggling with that right now. But something that's like more close to your heart kind of thing. So I do feel like a 3-part thing here. And that just means that because like when you ascend, like you think like, oh my God, how am I going to do all this? 3 careers? I could barely handle one. You have more energy. You have more divine energy pouring into you. So you're going to be able to handle more. You're going to have more energy and you're going to be excited. You'd be bored without doing all these things, you know? That's what I'm getting. Okay, your good karma. Let me see how this situation is going to end. Let me get a little bit more on the situation. How's the situation going to end? For them, anger. They're going to be so angry. And it's like you can't even stop it, because like what are you going to do? Like stop being successful? Stop being who you are? Like stop being divinely connected and living out your divine purpose? So much anger. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if get some haters, but you're super well protected, so you don't have to worry about it. It's just you often get haters when you're being successful. It's just how the game is. The Moon, but I feel like you don't tell anyone anything. You're like, keep things private, you know, as much as you can. And that's kind of like what your MO is. Let's see, what else is there? Outcome, avoidance. I do feel like you avoid this person or anyone like this, because I do feel like this kind of like this hater squad type of energy. So I feel like people who, this just kind of comes with like anyone who shines their light really brightly or gets a lot of notoriety will get hate. And if you're being authentic and you're being true to yourself, without harming yourself or others intentionally, then I don't see, you know, the issue. But I feel like it's so funny because I feel like you don't have any negative intentions, but this person really, really, really does, which is a cause for concern I'm getting. I feel like because this person is codependent, they're going to be wanting to run into partnerships that aren't good for them. Engagement ring, they might get like married very quickly or jump into serious relationships really quickly, or one after another. They might have multiple marriages or multiple partners, one after another. And happiness. I definitely feel like I'm getting the fiend happiness. Oh, how sad. I'm getting like, you know how like a lot of folks, they use social media to show like, oh, look how happy I am, and then inside they're like dying. I feel like it's like that. I feel like they want your attention, or they want other people's attention because they're very like codependent, and they want people to notice them and give them attention for having like, look at me, look how happy I am, like I'm having the same kind of thing as you, blah blah blah, I'm doing so well, blah blah blah. But then deep down, interestingly enough, I feel like you give a lot of gratitude to this person. It's like, oh, if you didn't like do all those things, if you weren't so shady, I wouldn't have what wouldn't you done. Cut my losses. Interesting. So I feel like you're going up and up and up. And because of this person, I feel like you just kind of ditched everything and left. That's not good. Well, you're moving on to better things, but clarity, yeah. You got the clarity that you're doing bigger and better things. I feel like money is a definite, like I think money is going to be the thing that's like, oh yeah, like you can have the house, I don't care. You can have the car. Like you can have this, I don't give a shit, because I am going somewhere that you will never get to in terms of 3D successes. That's all this person cares about, is like 3D successes or portraying 3D success. They're like how they look to others, and which really riles them up when you get this like kind of like claim to fame, where you kind of have a really good outward presence. That really eats them up. So they're gonna like, I feel like they're gonna try like for a very long time just to kind of have that social media presence, which is funny because I did like a light worker energy update recently, and it showed that a lot of people who are like negative influencers, like people who are not authentic, that are influencers, or people who negatively influence the collective, are going to be stepping down out of shame for their behavior, to look inward and to make changes, being replaced by public figures and influencers who actually genuinely care for the highest and best good of the collective and are coming from a place of unconditional love and authenticity. But this person is not doing that, and I'm kind of like concerned that this person might be, yeah, let go. I feel like you're being told to like let go of this person and make room for new beginnings, but they can't let go of you. They can't like, I feel like they can't let go of this like perceived slight or jealousy, or, you know, it's kind of one of those things. It's an obsession, which is not good. Not good at all. Obsession. Yeah, you're out here doing your soul mission. Okay, they're not even showing me their energy anymore. They're like, just focus on your stuff, what you're doing. Okay. So what are they gonna get? What's their karma? I'm getting it's like just watching you succeed and live your life. Unfortunately, I do feel like this person is someone who's going to be always looking at you and looking you up and seeing what you're doing and comparing themselves. They have this like obsession with you. Dang, that's not an energy you want around. But you're definitely protected, Spirit is saying, so you don't have to worry about anything. Receiving what you want, what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. Closure issues. What does Spirit have to say about that to you? Communication is key. Do you got to communicate with this person? A time to give rather than take. I feel like Spirit is like taking this reading into a different direction. Like they want to talk about your career and forget about this person. And I'm trying to like get like what their karma is and stuff like that. Resentments, pride. Yeah, they can't let go of their pride. Their ego's too big. Let's close out what their karma is. Message of love. I feel like they don't know if they should like love you or hate you, and they kind of like try to keep like obsessed. They're obsessed with you. They want to be you. They hate you, love you, want to be you, kind of thing. And I do feel like they're gonna try to like reach out. They're gonna try to like. They're probably gonna try to like connect with you, meet up with you. That's why I'm getting a little bit of like a stalkerish vibe. And this person does seem like someone who would like take it a little bit to the limit. I don't say like too dangerous, but like it depends on the situation. Like every situation is different. But I do feel like for some of you, you might get like a restraining order from this person at some point, or like you might charge them with harassment or something like that. With their actions towards you in this situation, defeat. Yeah, I mean, I think eventually they're gonna like back down. It's Chariot momentum. I feel like you're going too far too fast, and they cannot keep up. They cannot keep up. They're just gonna have to walk away, because you're always gonna be doing the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And so I think this person eventually, things are gonna catch up with them. They're gonna realize like, okay, I can't. Like, they're gonna get it at some point, you know, like, oh, okay, well, this person is doing a lot of work, or this person does deserve all this, and like maybe I was the petty one, or maybe I was someone who's prideful, or, you know, handling this negatively, or being in a really, you know, negative energy. I think it's gonna hit them at some point, and they're gonna have to like back off. So that's a good thing. And then what does Spirit want to say to you about your career? Because I feel like they had so much to say about that specifically for you, Pile 3. Opportunity, be grateful. You're going to be grateful for it. Get more information. When this opportunity comes into your life, you might want to get more information. Returning, going with the flow. So we see that like you're kind of returning to the flow. I feel like you're returning to this like place of like passion and just feeling so excited about like all the things that you're doing. Spirit really wanted to kind of emphasize that, like, this is going to be a really, really exciting time for you, where you're really excited about the projects that you're working on. And let's see, stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. I feel like, unfortunately, this person, they try to stab you in the back. And they thought they won. They thought they could just sit back and relax and watch you kind of fall from grace, I'm getting, like, and like just keep falling deeper into the abyss, and like have you, they wanted your life to like just keep becoming worse and worse. That's how evil this person is. I'm sorry, but like, pile 3, like, you should know, like, this person is not good. And the moon card in reverse, like, they really want to play you, but I feel like they can't play a player. Like, they can't play you because you're like in a different league, you know, in a different world, in a different universe than they can ever like perceive or understand. You know what I'm saying? And the sad thing is, this person like holds on to it, and they think they can still have influence over you and kind of still attack you and make themselves look better than you. They should talk you a lot for sure. But like, everyone else around them sees them for who they are, and would kind of avoid this person because of how they treat you, because of how they treat not just you, but like people. I mean, if they treat you this way, they probably treat a lot of people this way. Like, I feel like they become one of those people that just kind of becomes like alone and like sad and pathetic. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just kind of sulk, and like they just sulk in their misery kind of thing. And unfortunately, it's their life that gets worse and worse and worse. See how karma works? But you're here, like, living your life out, like, pursuing your passions, going out there, living life. Okay. And you get your justice, yeah. Anything anyone does to you, like, I mean, you don't even have to think about it first. Like, you got a solid support team. Your spirit team is like very solid. And in terms of your career, courage, I feel like, first of all, they're cowardly, so they couldn't really even if they wanted to do some of these things, even if they have like a dark mind, they don't have the courage to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're too, like, they talk the talk, but they can't walk the walk kind of thing, you know? But they see you, someone who's like fearless and courageous and like stands up and does the right thing, goes after what they believe in and what they're passionate about, and takes life by the fucking balls, you know? And you get to move on. I feel like you move on like it's nothing. I feel like that's why you have gratitude. You're like, oh, like, thank you for saving me time. You know, like, I need to get out of this place or this job or this situation or this relationship. Like, you made it so much, you quickened up my timeline for me so I can focus on like the things that really matter to me. Like, you saved a huge chunk of time for me, wasted on things that wouldn't matter to me in the long run. Like, thank you. Ace of Wands, a ripple of energy. Yeah, I feel like pile 3, something's gonna happen for you soon, an opportunity, especially in terms of career, that like once it happens, it just keeps you getting you more what you need, what you want and stuff. I feel like not just in career, but like in life. Like, I feel like you can explore anything you're curious about, any hobbies you want to you're interested in, seeing the world and traveling. Like, I feel like you get to like really, really indulge in your life based on like what you love, what you're passionate about. I feel like you get to live, you're lucky enough to live that life. You have so much gratitude. you have so much gratitude for the situation too, because you're like, I could just start it sooner rather than later. And all this bullshit that's going on with them, all this like dark stuff, whatever, it's all on their side. Like, you're protected, you're in your bubble living your best life in 5D. They're in this 3D, like sulking in their misery. And the weird thing is, like, there's a lot of people that are going through this Great Awakening collective that are choosing to go through the awakening together, whereas people who awakened beforehand awaken mostly is an individual kind of awakening, right? It was more on your own. Even if you met soul family and people who are helpful and stuff like that, it's like mostly like a solo journey. But the Great Awakening is all the collective choosing to go through that awakening together. It's a different experience. But there are going to be some folks, like there's the already awakened collective, the awakening collective, but there are some folks who are going to choose not to move forward. And, you know, if you know what's going to happen to them. They're going to go to another planet, they're going to die, they're going to do this or that, whatever. They're going to move their lessons into a different place. But even from the awakening collective, there's like people who awakened who are masters living on Earth here. And those who are like just got like further along the spiritual journey. A lot of the majority of the collective is going to be part of this awakening collective. All right, so you have this ripple of energy that starts and then just kind of goes and goes and goes. Let's wrap it up with some tea leaf cards. Okay, broken bridge. Yeah, I feel like it says unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Yeah, I feel like Spirit's like, just let this go. Like, I feel like, I don't know, like maybe it's like maybe they were gunning for your position at work and because you were leaving, they got it or something. Or they pulled some strings and they got it before you when you deserved it or something. Or, like, you know, you're getting divorced from this person. It's like, whatever, they can have the car, I don't care. They can have the house, I don't care, because I'm going to be doing this. Like, I'm going to be making more money than they can even think of. Or, like, if this is someone more, like, platonic, it just feels like, yeah, like, I feel like you didn't want them to have something that you worked hard for, or that you put into, like, you considered very important, and you felt like this person doesn't deserve it or something like that, but Spirit's like, no, just go. Even though this didn't, like, wrap up the way that you wanted it to, like, what you're moving into is so amazing. Like, it's a miracle, right? It's like you're going to be witnessing miracles happen in your life for you. You won't give a F about this, you know? And also, they kind of burned the bridge with you. That's someone, like, you're like, never again, right? You're never going to entertain this person again. They're going to try to reach out to you. They're going to think of you a lot. And you're going to not think about them and never give them a chance again. They burned that bridge strongly. Look at a month. June, because this might be related to something around June. That happened in June. Or what happened in June? Brad, a period of prosperity and abundance. Yeah, I'm getting this kind of like, it's a little bit of everything, right? Because you're getting so much divine energy poured into you, and that divine energy is going to come out into your environment, into your external reality, with a lot of prosperity and abundance. Like, you're going to be able to eat whatever you want to eat. You're going to be able to go to that country and eat that authentic food at that grandma's house, you know? Like, you're going to make friends with the locals. You're going to make, you know, you're going to learn the language. You're going to be immersed in the culture. See beautiful sights that you've never seen that's, like, really impossible to get to or really expensive to get to. You know, you're going to be learning concepts and theories and ideas from the people who are at the forefront of that science or that technology, or, you know, that have the most knowledge on that type of history. Or, you know, you're going to be able to get, like, the best of the best. You know, whatever, you know, water sports, you can get the best, you know, water toys and stuff like that. Or, you know, like, you're going to have you're going to be able to live life like you could not imagine. And I'm not talking like billionaire buttheads. Like, I'm talking about, like, people who actually know how to live life from a wealthy place, like not just exert their power and do gross nasty things, and just like kind of get the most expensive this and that and the other thing, but like really like get the richness of life, you know. Family, oh my goodness. Okay, family wishes come true and a stork, news of birth or a new business opportunity. I'm getting, yeah, family. I do, if you already have a family, this is kind of be like expanding that family in a very positive way, or finding soul family all over the world. I'm hearing all over the country where you live, like getting a lot of soul family. That's the kind of the light worker grid I've been talking about. Like there's going to be a lot of light workers networking at this time as we all move into 5D, and all as well as the other collective is hit with a lot of 5D energies and kind of forced to go through this awakening. People who are already comfortable with 5D energy is going to move into it comfortably, like it's our home now, and are going to be connecting with a lot of other light workers, because we can now, since you're protected in the 5D from any low frequency energies, and be able to have a network of folks that you can collaborate with on different projects, different hobbies, different traveling plans, and events and such like that. And projects. So that's going to be kind of fun. So I do feel like for a lot of you who want to create a family and of your own biological family, that's going to be part of it. Expanding your family, expanding your soul family. That's going to be a part of this. Yeah. All right. So pile 3. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, I really appreciate like a comment. I know this reading has tend to go more on the spiritual route, and I think it's just because of what's to come soon. I'm predicting like September, beginning of October, something big is going to happen, and it's really time for light workers to go. August, you're going to get your clarity and get your next step in your soul mission, or your like your destiny, your purpose in life, very clearly this month in August. This is the time I was reading, but I think they're telling me like announce it as much as you can on all your platforms, and so I think that's why they took this reading into that direction. But it's kind of both, kind of like release work and shadow work and any like final boss task type things, review work, and also what's coming in. So, and a little bit of like, I don't know, the drama that, you know, people who get pick a card readings like, right? Not my folks. My folks are high vibe. But those who just come around and see this reading somehow. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this reading. Let me know if there's any specific details that you're like, oh my goodness, this is so on point. Because there were a lot of like very specific details. And I kind of want to see if people are picking up on the same things. All right. So I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 4 with the Accept Responsibility card and the Citrine crystal. We're looking at what will come of this situation. It can apply to any type of situation or connection, but I am going to pull cards for the situation at hand for this pile, just so you know if this pile is for you. So, what's the situation here? The Hermit. Okay. So I feel like this person kind of went quiet on you, but it wasn't like in a negative way. It wasn't like kind of like out of like hurting you or kind of to play games or anything. I feel like it was kind of like genuinely because they needed some time to think, or they didn't know how to respond or what to do next, or they needed time to figure something out in their life. But yeah, I do feel like this person kind of went hermit mode on you. But I'm getting it's like not for like any like specifically bad reason. It was just kind of the way they felt like they could handle the situation the best. But it's kind of like, you're kind of like, oh, okay, well, I was waiting on an answer, or maybe this was kind of like an important decision, or like, you know, something that's important for you. Like I feel like there's a lot at stake for you, so you're like, I kind of hope that you could figure this out or tell me sooner rather than later. So this could be like a romantic interest. It could be a platonic friend situation. It could be like you're waiting to hear back from a workplace, or if you got this position or not, or if you got this home or not, or something like that. A family situation. You're trying to pick a date for the wedding. You're trying to make sure that's good for like everyone involved, or planning a vacation, trying to make sure that this date works for the other folks involved. So I do feel like this is more of a situation where you get their side, but like this is a lot for you, like it's important that kind of thing. Yeah, the Fool card. Yeah, like there's a lot weighing on this like decision, and so it's kind of like you understand why they went quiet, but it's like not cool that they did. Like almost kind of like not that they're cowardly, but like they couldn't, like they're not strong enough to say more. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not like in a good place right now, or maybe they're just kind of a quiet, meek type of person, or maybe they're just kind of someone who doesn't have like that mental capacity to figure things out like really quickly, or their mind doesn't just work that way, or maybe they're just not courageous enough, to just be like, this is what I know so far, or to give you some sort of answer, like, hey, we'll let you know by this time next week. They just kind of like became quiet, and it's just kind of like, okay. Like, I would never do that to someone else, because I don't think that's okay to leave people hanging like that, especially when it's this important. But I know not everyone is like as strong as me, or something like that. Okay, so let's see if we can get a little bit more on this situation. Okay, a lot of cards came out. Okay, from their end, they'd like to take things slow, but specifically this situation, they want to take it easy. And you're kind of like, oh my God, this is almost done. Like, I just need your answer, or like, I have everything writing on this. Like, I just need something. Like, let me know. Like, I have so much writing on this. And you're like, you're almost kind of at a point where you're like, well, I'm getting two things. Like, for some of you, this is a situation where like, if you get the job, then you have to like figure out where you're going to move to. You have to start looking right away, kind of thing. It's like, I have to make moves. Like, can you please let me know? Like, I need to know things. Or I have to transition my kids to schools. And like, I have to figure out, like, I have so much to do if this is the case. Like, can you let me know, please? Like, or if you want to go on vacation, like, I have to take the dates off now, or someone's going to take that week off or something, or, like, or otherwise, like, the place is going to get booked up, or like I need to know now. And for some of you, it's kind of like, oh my God, if I don't hear an answer from them, then I'm just going to make a decision on my own. That I'm just going to do this for myself, or I'm just going to do what I can from my end, kind of thing. Like I'm just going to forget you and do what I need to do, That's kind of the energy I'm getting from this situation. Let me see if I can get more specifics. Okay, exercise, physical movements, body. I feel like they're not moving. I feel like they're not doing anything. Can you say something? Can you do something? Can you like give me any sort of hint? Like, I feel like it's almost like childlike. They're handling this very immaturely. I don't know if this person sees it, because they just handle, this is who they are. This is how they handle everything. But they're acting very immature. And I feel like they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything in regards to the situation, which is frustrating for you, but they're also not doing anything in general. Like, I feel like in life, like, it's like you have all the time in the world to figure this situation out, because you're literally not doing anything else. You know what I'm saying? Okay, celebration. You don't have to worry about a thing, pile 4, because you have so much to celebrate. I feel like you're ready for a new start. Like, you're ready to make moves. Like, big things are happening. Like, this person's slowing down and just being like quiet, or being kind of like unaware, or like obtuse. And I feel like kind of for most of you, like, this person or these people, they're not aware that they're being like, they're in the way. they don't realize how much is like on this or how important it is, or like they just like they're unaware, like they don't know like how much it means to other people or something like that. Like people are waiting on them, like those kind of people. And for some people, like for a smaller percentage, like they do know that they're being an inconvenience and they are doing it on purpose. Okay. See if I can get a little bit more on the situation. Okay. They are thinking about you in this situation a lot. And they're trying to be strategic, I'm hearing. So on the surface, they might come off like, oh, let me think about this. But behind the scenes, they're definitely trying to strategize. Date. Meeting someone new, date, getting back out there, planning. They're actually trying to work with someone else. Ooh. So if this is like someone who like said like, hey, you got this in the bag, you definitely have this position, like we all liked you, you know, like you would be a perfect fit for this company, whatever. Like they hyped you up, but they're now entertaining someone else. This is a romantic interest, like, you know, like they kind of told you that they were like interested in you, that you guys got along really well, but when it came to like, you know, planning a date and stuff like that, they kind of stopped, and they're actually planning to go on a date with someone else, or possibly entertaining the fact of like not being exclusive and continue just dating. Yeah, but they're not telling you, which is sketch. Maybe you told them, but they didn't tell you about like the honest like dating status, you know? Like you might have been upfront being like, hey, like this is what I'm planning to do, take it slow, maybe meet a few people, or, you know, I'm trying to date just like one person at a time. Like I think you were very open and honest with them, but I think this person heard what you're saying, appreciated it, but didn't give you the same courtesy back. And then this could be any type of situation. You know, a friend who promised you they would definitely come with you to that event. It's really important for you. That they would kind of move in on this project with you. Maybe someone who promised that they would go in on this business or this property, or you know, go on this vacation with you, or go on to move in with you or something, and then they're kind of like are now entertaining someone else. So that's kind of this energy here. The golden mirror, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. Yeah, I feel like they like love bombed you. They told you like, yeah, you have nothing to worry about. This is gonna be great. And then they were only really looking out for themselves, and they were kind of quiet. And now they're only thinking about themselves. Wow, okay. This is a total 180. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to try to pull a couple more cards and see if I get more about the situation. There's so many like narcissists and psychopathic behavior, and just really, really like corrupt people who have lost their way, and like people who have a lot of karma and shadow aspects that they haven't looked at, and just like negative and somewhat evil aspects, dark energies coming up so much in the collective right now. Like this reading when I picked this topic, I didn't think it was going to go this way, but I feel like a lot of people are dealing with it right now, especially the 8th. This is a timeless reading, but this is the 8th month, August, so like a lot of karma coming through. And this Lionsgate in this month specifically, this Leo season, this Mercury retrograde in Leo, is specifically going to push people into a higher frequency, or there's going to be so much high frequency coming in. It's going to push people into being more and stably in the high frequency, or let it bring up all the chaos and all the stuck energy within them to deal with it. So that's why I think this is there's so much like, because I don't do like negative readings, but like all these piles were like dealing with kind of people that my audience are not. You know what I'm saying? Okay, talent. They're very, very, very incredibly jealous of your talents, your skills, your natural abilities, your personality, answers. You're not going to be able to get any answers from this person. Yeah, because I feel like you're asking them for answers, or you're trying to like figure things out, and this person's just going like radio silent for sketch reasons when they know you have so much writing on this. They're playing games by withholding. They're trying to get control of the situation, control over you, by withholding communication. Wow, this reading went somewhere. All right, so let's see, before we look at the outcome of the situation and for both of you individually, let's look at their thoughts and their actions. Like what is happening with the situation? Why are they being the way that they're being? Okay, Page of Cups. So that's what I'm getting, the love bombing. So in the beginning, they were kind of like playing innocent, playing like, hey, like, let me help you out. You can help me out. I can be helpful for you. I can be good for you. This person was definitely meant to come on your path. Both of you felt kind of this connection where you two were meant to meet at this point in your life and go through this situation, these experiences. Oop. Okay, envy, but they were caught in a web of envy, I'm hearing. I think at first they did genuinely have good feelings for you, and they liked you. But very, very quickly, they were hit with tons of jealousy and envy of what you do, how you interact with others, how you carry yourself, the kind of skill sets you present, your knowledge base, your experiences, your wisdom. Yeah, that hit fast and hard. Let's see. Okay, 2 cards, at peace and shame. Yeah. I do feel like whatever they tried to do to you, you kept your calm, you kept cool and collected, and you just seemed like it didn't bother you. And that made them feel even worse, because here you are being awesome, working hard, doing the right thing, even though it's a harder thing to do, you know, having really difficult life experiences, but coming out on top because you put in the energy and effort. And then they do things to you that are not good, and you still are this awesome, strong person, and it makes them feel worse. You know? Okay. Their actions, what are they trying to do? Victory. They kind of want to pull one over on you. They want to be like, oh, look how awesome I am. Look how good I'm doing. Look at my victories. Like, I'm doing so much better than you. Like, they kind of want that type of energy. They want to like show you up. They want to try and show you up. But these cards came out kind of in hand. Like, I had to take them out. I feel like these are all things that you're intuitively picking up on, because they don't even know where to begin to describe their thoughts and feelings and their action and behavior. Like, I feel like they're very much in low vibration, unawareness. Like, shame is like one of the lowest emotion vibrationally. I feel like they sense that you can tell what they're doing, and that makes them feel worse too. Like, they can pick up on, like, you can pick up on what they're doing and how they feel about you, and that makes them feel even more embarrassed and even more shameful. Okay, let's see. I'm kind of guided to pull one of these cards. What are they trying to do? You know, the funny thing is, like, they kind of wanted to create this, like, connection with you. They kind of wanted to make you their person. Someone they can go to for everything and anything. You kind of remind them of what they want and what they could potentially have, and looking at you makes them feel worse about not having that. Not liking this energy. Okay, and Coffin. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. I feel like this person, like, tries to, like, start new things a lot, but doesn't, like, follow through, and to avoid, like, being, like, disciplined and sticking to something and putting energy and focus into a technique or a personal goal or something, like, they give up easily, or they continuously try new things because like, they can't sit still with their emotions. They can't sit still with actually putting in work, kind of thing, you know. So I feel like they try to, like, cut you off and replace you with someone else, because they saw you pulling away. They saw you leaving them and leaving the situation. Yeah, so what happened with that situation? Trying to replace you, but I'm hearing you're irreplaceable. You see how it fell on your side, face down? So they tried. Page of Wands, the Fool cards. You actually have the Fool cards. This is in reverse. Queen of Cups. So, like, you know, pile 4 is starting this new life. They have so much to celebrate. You know, they have so much going on for them, and this is my one way to kind of, like, hold them back by not giving them an answer. And then secretly, while I'm trying to, like, bring them down, they're going to try to delay you. They're going to be secretly trying to look for something else to replace you or the situation, but they fail. But they have been looking, but they failed. Why did they fail? Face on again. Knight of Pentacles, because we got the Knight of Pentacles. Slow moving energy. I'm getting in order to ground in a new start, or ground in a new connection, or ground in a new situation, you need patience, and you need hard work, and you need forethought, you need planning. And that's something that they're not willing to do. They play it off like they're doing that, but they're not. They don't have the ability to do that, you know? Well, that Eight of Pentacles, like, hard work. This is what you do. You're smart. You have forethought. You work hard. You plan for goals. Even if they switch or you edit your goals, refine them along the way, like, you still put in energy and effort. You stick to it. You work hard. Oh, God. Yeah. Jealousy. It's, like, funny when someone's jealous of your success when you're the one who put in, like, a ton of hard work they'll never see and never want to do. You know, that's kind of ironic there. Are they going to take any, like, action towards you? New ideas? Yeah, I think they're just going to keep trying to think of new ways to, like, move forward in their life, but they're always going to be, like, behind because emotional stability, because they're not handling things maturely. You have to be, in order to have a really strong foundation and move forward in your life, you have to work on your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical stability. This person acting very childish, has no emotional stability. They have nothing to build upon. They keep running to new ideas, to new things, because they don't have the emotional stability to commit and to work hard and to grow virtues like patience and pureness and, you know, doing things because it's the right thing to do kind of thing. So they have that issue. Let's see on your end, how is this affecting you? What is your involvement here? What does Spirit have to say about this? The Hangman in reverse. So I feel like you've been very patient with this person and you've been kind of like holding space for this person. So I do feel like I'm getting in the beginning you gave this person the benefit of the doubt, like more than once, multiple times, and you were kind of open and honest about your plans, and as much as you could be. At least like whatever needed to be conveyed in order for you to kind of get what you need to get done. You've been very, very patient with this person. Extremely patient. Like you're kind of like putting your stuff on the back burner sometimes because of all the stuff the situation required, right? Okay, so how's this affecting you? Queen of Cups, compassion. You had immense amount of compassion. An immense amount of compassion. You oozed compassion. Let's see. Self-victimization and skill development. I feel like you never talked about all the difficulties you went through to get to where you are, the things that they're jealous about, your talents and skills and wherever you are in work and stuff in your life. So this person only saw like the end results and didn't see like the whole, you know, journey there. How determined you had to be, how much you had to be the truth seeker, how much you had to be alone with your thoughts and your emotions and work through things and learn things and stuff like that. Self-healing and all that. And yeah, so this person didn't see all that, so they're just seeing like the end results and becoming very jealous of it. And even trying to detract from your success or for you gaining more success, because that's obviously, I think you might have expressed like, hey, I'm trying to work on this with my career, or work on this with my relationship, or work on this with my family, or work on this with my health. And they just see like where you are now and how you're moving up to even a bigger goal. And they didn't see anything or hear anything about how much it took to get to just where you are now, you know? Shortened fence. I feel like I'm getting like shortened patience. Like your patience are starting to wear thin with this person because you're being extremely compassionate. I'm getting very, very compassionate, especially with this flower. So like so like more than this person deserved, especially with the way they're behaving. Okay, so yeah, you're being as patient as possible. And how is it affecting you? Strength. It was just kind of wearing you down, which is why your patience with them was getting like less, because like you're someone who is like working on them, you're the whole you, and this person was kind of wearing you down. So then your patience was wearing thin with them and their antics, their games. King of Swords. I feel like you've been very, I feel like you were kind of very, you have very good communication with this person, but towards the end you're kind of being more straightforward and like, you know, more shorter answer, concise communication, a little bit more straightforward. So it's like not as like compassionate and babying them, or with like a lot of hugs and kisses and oh no, it's gonna be okay. It's just kind of more like professional, straight to the point, logical, no emotions involved type of energy. So yeah, how is it affecting you? Talking, yeah. You're like kind of waiting for their messages. You're kind of conversing as much like pertinent information that you needed to. Yeah, it's kind of like wearing on you because they were playing games. They're trying to have this like power dynamic going on. Soulmates, partners, agreement. And the devil. I feel like this is a karmic soulmate. This is definitely someone who has a soul contract with you, because I feel like with your energy and where you are and where you're going, to meet someone on this frequency, it had to be destined. Like, it had to be a soul contract for them to teach you whatever last lessons, for you to teach them whatever lessons, and to kind of like clear anything out. This person might be very, very difficult compared to people you normally talk to, because they are completely opposite of anyone that's currently in your life. I feel like you've already purged everyone, and also something you haven't like dealt with this type of energy for a very long time. So it's kind of like very obviously a karmic, you know? All right, so what's the outcome here? What's the outcome of this situation? What's going to happen for you? The end of a tough cycle approaches. I keep stuttering over that for a reason. The moon card, shadow work. Sorry, it's been a long day. Excuse me. Okay, so there was like a ton of shadow work, review of shadow work, review of everything that you've been gone through and dealt with up to now, and others, and yourself. This person might even mirror a part of you from way before you started your spiritual journey, or they might mimic a lot of difficult relationships that you've had in the past, romantic or platonic, family even. So it's like it's a lot. Yeah, we got 2 Capricorn energies here. This person is really like went to the extremes, I feel like. Ultimatums, they pushed communication to the limit. Either were very verbally abusive or verbally attacked, or didn't say anything at all, withheld information, withheld important communication, or playing immature child games or something. So it's like this person goes into like extremes. They might have took extreme actions, actions without like any merit or anything like that. They might have caused a lot of issues with people around you, saying a lot of things that were apparently lies, or to try to make your life difficult or something like that. And it's kind of funny because this is happening like all behind the scenes. Like, this is happening all behind the scenes, where you're here being like, I'm being helpful, I'm moving up in my life, and I did a lot of hard work to get to where I am, and I'm communicating and doing the best I can. And then they're being like this. They're not taking responsibility. And I feel like you're like, enough is enough. It's affecting your well-being now. It's affecting your strength. Your patience is wearing thin. You're being more direct. And what does it all lead up to? Outcome. I was literally thinking, oh my god, I have cheer. I was literally thinking like, oh, what? I feel like a tower moment. And then the tower card came out. I just knew it. I'm like, I chilled everywhere. I should have said it. I feel like this is all leading up to a tower moment, which actually moves things along pretty quickly for the both of you. How does it move along quickly for you? Like, no love. You're like, oh, at this point, whatever shit happened, like, I don't owe you anything. Not even a drop of my kindness. Not even a drop of my attention. Nothing. Zero. Zilp. Nada. and you have a lot of abundance coming in because you did the right thing. You did everything right. You were the bigger person. You held space. You were compassionate. You were looking forward to a more authentic path in your life. You're making moves. This person was trying to be a block. You know, when they were drawing on your energies too much, you said, you put up boundaries. When they were playing childish games, you said enough is enough. You became very professional, been very logical to the point, taking emotion out of it to be very straightforward. And you kind of recognize this was kind of like a karmic situation, that you had to like kind of do what you need to do, and you did all the things that you needed to do. You're like, I worked this hard, I'm not gonna let this stop. And that's when all the abundance comes in, because you did all the things. And all the things, like you could see one after another. Here we have the shadow work here. This is a tough cycle that you're closing out. So you can see that it's like all of this energy coming to a head. And yeah, so you get a lot of this abundance coming in, which is interesting. You're looking good. You're not just looking good, but you're doing well. Private victory. Wish granted and private victory. Oh my god, you're gonna get a lot of cool, good stuff coming in. Oh my goodness, so much good stuff coming in, and you're trying not to like show it, but like it's hard not to when you're like looking better, your energies, you're so happy, you know, you're like ready to move on to the next thing, and this person's just kind of like, what is going on with this person? Are they going through a glow up? You know, so I feel like you go through a glow up. Children, this is their energy. You just recognize that this person is a child. I feel like you don't even want to give them back what they gave you, because you just see them as someone who's childish, unhealed, has a lot of traumas, and is just kind of pathetic and pitiful. So it's like, it's not even someone that you want, like you don't even want to give that energy back, because like it'd be a waste of your time. This person's not even worth it. They're like a fly on the wall. But also, like, you understand who this person is and where they are in life. You know, it's like you don't need to do anything more there. Yeah, you don't have to be a parent to this person. I feel like they want to draw on your energy as if like you're going to take care of them. You're going to look out for them. They can scream and throw a tantrum and yell and do all these wrong, bad things all they want. And then you're just going to like clean up their messes and be like, no, it's okay. Like, you know, and comfort them. And like, it's like, no, you're not there. This person's parent. And their behavior isn't excusable. You know, they need to grow up and be an adult, you know, and this person, you can tell like if they weren't contracted to be on your path, they would have no access to your energy and to your life. They would have no way of even like knowing you existed or coming into. You would have no way of knowing they existed. They have no way of reaching you at the energy level you're at, you know? So you know that's that. So yeah, so what is coming in for you? I am getting a lot of wishes granted, a lot of private victories, a huge glow up, peace. Oh my god, I feel like whatever you are working on, you're like, forget about this person. I'm just going to do it on my own, with or without this person. Like if they want to try to make my life miserable or harder, or like they don't want to help me, or purposely try not to help me, or purposely try to like get in my way, or purposely do sketchy things, I'm like, I'm just going to do it myself. So here you are getting peace, getting a glow up, getting exactly what you wanted happen. Like wherever you were working towards, that is happening. I feel like it doesn't happen immediately, and that's for a reason too. I feel like their karma, part of their karma, is to witness your glow up. Even though you're not gonna say anything, and you're gonna be at such peace because you get your wish granted. But I feel like it happens over like a month or a few months. And the reason that happens is because you're meant to kind of, not shove it in this person's face, but this person's meant to kind of see you go through this glow up and recognize their mistakes. And you're meant to kind of be able to have this peace no matter what is going on in your environment, no matter what is going on with the people around you. Does that make sense? Okay, so what is your just results here? Your commitment is being tested. Yeah, so, having faith, knowing that everything is happening for a reason. I told you a little bit of why this is happening the way it is. But, if believing it, trusting it, knowing it's for the right reasons. Like, I'm getting your spirit guides and your ancestors are really like, hold on. Like, this, you're doing great. Like, we don't like this person either. They're going to get there ish, but you just focus on this. You're almost through. Just keep going. And then you're going to be going, you're going to have so much peace when this wish is granted, that even with this person or situation around, you're going to be like on cloud 9 from like knowing this is happening in your life. You're moving in this direction, and you're going to start going through that glow up energetically and physically, even while they're still around, because you're moving into that energy and you know it because the wish is granted. It is done deal, whatever that is. Getting into that relationship, moving into that home, getting into that new company, starting that business, whatever it is, like, it's already a done deal. So that month or few months that you have to still be around this energy is going to be an easy breeze, knowing that you're in that high frequency, everything's working out for you energy, and that they have to watch it. Oh my God, it's the third time the Ram came up, because we got this Devil card, and then we had this full moon in Capricorn, and I kept looking, I'm like, oh, like the horns, time to take action. See, the thing is, whereas like the shadow work here, in order to be this high in light, you have to have an equal and opposite amount of force of that energy within you. So you are capable of such darkness and destruction and a lot of that type of energy in order to have that much light. So it's kind of like, people got to be careful when they mess with you, because they only see the light. If they only see this bright shining light, they don't know what's underneath the surface, which is that same equal and opposite amount of darkness that you had to experience, that you had to heal, that you had to work through, that you still are able to carry and wield like a sword and shield. So that is what I'm kind of getting. It's like, what, like, this person is kind of their shadow aspect, they're kind of trying to be bad and trying to be manipulative and bad towards you is child's play. Like, wait until mama, daddy wakes up and gets you a spanking. Like, wait until a master comes into the room. Wait until you see this unleashed, and then they'll see. So what is their karma here? What is their karma for the situation? What is the outcome for them? Yeah, they are not going to see what's coming. And they kind of brought that upon themselves because they've been really deceptive and secretive and kind of working in the shadows, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't be surprised if they were actually working with dark energies or entities, knowingly or unknowingly. They came from not a place of love. You came from compassion, you came from unconditional love, you came from actually wanting to do the right thing and actually wanting to help and actually wanting to do good. They didn't. And this is when karma is a bitch and you have no control of it. You can't even do it, even if you don't want to see this person go through any difficult situations. It's above your pay range. Projection, hardcore. Seek the truth within before pointing fingers. I think that's going to be a part of this like tower moment, and it's kind of like you taking action. I feel like there's going to be a moment where it's like before you leave, kind of like drop the mic and be like, this is the actual truth. Or you might expose this person, or this person might be exposed. You might be vindicated, or the truth might come out in some way. Or you might speak the truth or something like that. Drop the mic. Peace out. That's what I'm getting. It makes you look so good. Ambition. Yeah, because you have true ambition. You have true life goals. You know who you are. You know what you want. I think this person doesn't. And that's why they're also very jealous. Is because not only do they want what you have, but they don't realize that they just kind of, they want those things for themselves, but they haven't figured out what they want for themselves. They just want what you have because you figured out what you want, but it's not exactly what they want, maybe similar but not exactly. And passion, you show a lot of passion. You find people who like your energy, how much fire you have for the things that you're interested in, finding people who respect you and you respect them, and you're having a lot of fun being in this energy of really aligning with your true self. That irks them so much because they can't do that for themselves. They haven't taken the time to figure out who they are and what they want in our life, and therefore have the kind of fun and respect and enjoyment out of life that comes with it, right? Okay, let's wrap this energy up. Okay. Giving yourself a second chance. Rebirth. I feel like this person would want a second chance with you, but ultimately they just need to give themselves a second chance. You know? Peaceful resolution. I feel like they would never let this be a peaceful resolution. So that's why your shadow aspect had to come out. You had to show them a little bit of like what a boss level shadow aspect looks like. You know, what a true powerful dark angel aspect looks like. You know, because they were never gonna listen otherwise. They only respond to other forms of darkness because that's what they project, that's what they know, that's what they see, and that's the only thing they'll respond to. And for you, do you feel this kind of glow up energy? So you go through a glow up, you get a lot of wishes granted. They kind of have to, I feel like whatever happens, it's like blow up, they're forced to take responsibility and look within, because like I feel like everyone's pointing the finger at them now, and they're kind of like exposed and kind of embarrassed and shamed, and it's kind of like there's nothing, like everyone's going to leave them, everyone's going to see this about them, there's nothing they can do but take responsibility, which they've been avoiding, you know, I feel like even before you, for their whole life or maybe. Grief, accepting loss. I feel like they're going to grieve your loss because they're going to see that like you might have been the only person that was helping them and genuinely there for them, and helping them even just like existing, right? And resources. You're going to be abundant in resources, people, situations, things, you know. I feel like this glow up is going to bring a lot of things with it. It's a glow up of your entire life, not just you physically, but your physical looks, yeah, definitely too. Having fun, having passion, meeting the right people, it's like your energy is being met with the same. This was like one last like look in the rear view mirror before moving forward, if that makes sense, you know? Okay, last card here. Choose a new direction. You're ready. You're ready to go in that new direction in life. I feel like you get the energy before it manifests. So you get the glow up, you're looking good, you're feeling good, new outfits, new haircut, whatever, new shoes, and you got like new energies coming into your life, people who resonate with you, things that you're excited about, opportunities, even if they start as small things, just hobbies, things that you're like having fun with, people you like having conversations with, even if they're not long-term friends, just like you feel the energy come through before the thing manifests. And what manifests? This new direction that you were kind of working on, it manifests and it's coming in, but it takes a minute to kind of fully manifest. But while that's happening, you're kind of enjoying this new glow up. Yeah, good luck. You're just going to have good luck. What you're getting from the situation, your outcome, is a huge glow up. People who match your compassion and interests and respect, and that you respect and they respect you. People who who are grown-ups, who are adults, who are not just adults but leaders in their fields, and you just get a lot of good luck. And the thing that manifests for you, I want to see, family, friend event. I feel like it happens at, like, I feel like with the Tower moment here, you just kind of drop the mic. I feel like there's like an event that you go to that gives you this opportunity that you know is going to happen within a month or few. And so it just kind of lines up, and then you're feeling like good. You're feeling like cloud nine. You're looking good. You're feeling good. You're talking to the right people. Good luck. Synchronicity signs are happening all the time until this fully manifests. And let's just pull a few more cards for wrapping this reading up. Control your anger or you will be sorry. Yeah, I feel like you have been controlling your anger. I feel like you've been like the bigger person, the person who's been holding responsibility. I feel like this person's true color might show. I feel like they're not going to be the one who is able to contain their anger, and that's when you drop the mic, you know, and expose or something. Hard work ahead, and I feel like you're so excited about getting started on this new thing that manifests for you. And I know it takes a month or few to kind of fully get into, but it really is exciting. Temporary problems. This person is just a temporary roadblock on your path that was designed and destined to be there. Last soul contract I'm hearing before you enter 5D. Plenty of material things. I feel like this bowl on this table, like I feel like you're just getting a lot of things that you need. Like that's what I'm saying, like before the big thing actually manifests, like whether this is a new job, a new relationship, a new home, whatever it is, a new baby, like I feel like before that even comes in, even though you know it's going to happen in a month or few, you start like getting a glow up, you start getting like good luck everywhere, like maybe you upgrade your furniture somehow, you get a pay raise at work, or you meet a new friend or a few, or you like things are already happening. You know what I'm saying? I got the August card and it came out in reverse, which means like by the end of August or before the end of August for me, which is, this is a timeless reading, so it's like the current month, like before the end of the current month for you, this is going to be happening. Shield, you need to defend yourself, but I'm getting like you already have the shield, because I said like the sword and shield. Like I think you don't bring it out because this person is like a nobody in your life, but like if you need to bring it out, like you have it right there. And news is on the way, so I do feel like there's something that is coming to you unexpectedly. February, yeah, I said a few months, right? It might take a few months to kind of fully transition into whatever that is. A person is involved. Yeah, I think it comes through a person and a bridge. Successfully overcoming a problem. So this is a temporary problem. Once this situation comes in through that person, you already crossed the bridge. This problem is not a problem anymore. You're already in like living in a new reality. This person is like, something that was like a bug that was miles away, And bear. Money matters. I feel like this person might try to kind of attack your money in some way, but they can't. You're super protected. But I think that is going to be also something that comes up. And people are going to be able to see that they were trying to be like worse than petty. Like they were being vindictive and like gross. Like they're actively trying to get you in trouble, as like put you in a difficult situation, like even monetarily, like attacking your survival needs, attacking your like human rights needs, It's gross. Mountain Road, you are on the road to success. I keep getting success. And heart, deep love and affection and caring, finding the right people. And them recognizing that like you only had the best intentions towards them and they effed it up. And unicorn, lastly, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Yeah, because like I feel like it's not like just one thing, but it's like one thing that's like starts off this whole like you getting over the situation and knowing where you're going next, and then there might be a few more in the months after that kind of solidifies this new life for you. Okay, so in multiple areas. while you go through this glow up, you're gonna get good luck in a lot of areas, and kind of comes in one after another, but one right before the end of this month. All right, pile 4, I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, I really appreciate like a comment. If there are any specific details that like you like really stood out to you in this reading, I would love to know. I live for those, because it just like kind of brings the reading home for me. Like it really makes me visualize the messages that came through, that I channeled in a different way, and I love that. But yeah, great things to wait for you very soon, unfolding now. And yeah, I want to pull one more card about like what you should do with that, like the tower moment, the family friend thing, and take that leap. Like when you get the opportunity, like you're gonna know intuitively that's the way to go. And then for this like dropping the mic moment, the Lovers, like I feel like you're gonna have huge support system. Or like at least someone who cares about you in the vicinity when you do drop that mic, and it's just gonna be like a witness, but also like, I don't know, one of those moments that like lives in the Akashic records. It's like, wow, like that person did that thing, you know. Community, yeah, I feel like it's gonna be like, I feel like people are gonna like give you props and like, yeah, be happy for you. Okay. So, and then if you had a question, I got a yes. All right, much love and light.